Good morning / afternoon, or right on the cusp. Welcome to class if you're hopped on already or not. Grab a blanket, and if you have two block-like objects, books, anything sturdy enough to support your weight and give it a little height, that is lovely. Grab two of those and blanket or something cushy that you just can have available in case you need some extra support during class today. Yeah, that's it. We'll get started in a couple minutes. If you're already settled in on your mat, you have all your props, you have water, got the music ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat and take a few moments to just breathe with yourself to center in. You just get to do that ahead of everyone else. And I will pop the playlist in the chat once I get to it. Playlist is through Spotify. And if you have another playlist that you've been loving lately, that sounds good too. This is just kind of music that calls to me as I'm cruising around throughout my week, and something that helps me kind of tune in, especially when I'm finding a little bit more movement on my mat. Music can really just help me find a rhythm with my breath and within my body, similar to dancing sometimes. So we're going to be doing, if you took my class earlier this week, it was kind of like a chill flow. We'll be doing a little bit faster paced, more standing postures today, but we're going to be working with water salutations again, which is all about going with the flow. I've been really inspired by water lately and how it, flows wherever, regardless of obstacle. It makes its way, and it's very patient because over time it creates that perfect groove throughout rocks and these, what we see as like kind of unmovable objects. It finds a way through. I think that's like a really inspiring attribute. I've been trying to go with the flow. I'm very organized. I like a plan, a good plan, and a good spreadsheet. So I'm working to be a little bit more relaxed and to let go of control, which is just something, we really can't have right now. So letting go of that kind of need to control the situation, and instead just letting yourself move along and realizing that with patience, things might come a little easier. All right, playlist is in the chat. We've got a couple minutes. And if you're sitting comfortably, you might just keep thinking about the idea of water. Sometimes for me, even just visualizing like a creek or maybe the ocean or somewhere that you connect with that idea of water. And you might even think of the water moving around or through obstacles and allowing it to find some movement there. Also, if you have a few minutes and you would like to donate for class, I will put the donate link in here. And it's just blackswanyoga.com/live. And there's a donate link right under the pictures of previous classes. The other day it wasn't working when I tried to do the stream to that page, but we'll try again today. There we are. Cool. So blackswanyoga.com/live is right above the video, or if you're through YouTube, if you don't mind taking the time to head over there, donate what you can for class. And if you don't have anything to donate right now, that's okay. You're welcome. All right, let's get started. Cue up the Spotify playlist, but don't press play quite yet. We're going to get started on our backs today. If you're in a comfortable seat and you'd like to stay upright, that's welcome too. You can do variations of all these, laying on your back, sitting up, and even standing, which is what we'll be working with a little bit of repetition today. So making our way down to our back, if you have those two blocks, go ahead and bring them down with you. Taking a moment to feel out allow the tops of your glutes and your sacrum, that nice big plate at the low back, and try to find some stability there. Kind of a triangular, almost like an arrowhead type shape. If you're having trouble finding it, you can feel that like flatness right just above the top of your glutes. And I like to rock a little from side to side, coming to rest on the feet, knees bent. And just taking a moment to feel out the back and the pelvis. This can be one of the tougher areas to become aware of. For one, it's one that we may have been preconditioned to just feel like it's not something to connect with publicly. The entire area of the belly, I know for me, we're used to kind of standing up tall and making sure we don't have any visible rolls and things like that. And, it's a beautiful, normal body. And today we're going to be focusing on feeling that support and that connection with the pelvic and the sacral area, which is where we can learn to find ourselves if you're referencing the chakra system. So it's kind of knowing who you are and being able to own that. Maybe you're still rocking across the low back. From here, let's pull both knees in towards the chest. If you can reach the shins or the knees, beautiful. You can provide a little extra traction with the hands or the arms. It can feel good to roll out through your toes. Maybe rock a little from side to side. Then allow the big toes to touch. Pull the knees down towards your outer armpit or outer rib cage. So we're in kind of a reclined child's pose here. Again, it can feel good to rock out the back body. But I want you to begin to focus on your breath and just see how it's flowing for you today. If it feels a little choppy or shallow, same. So just settling into how your breath is today in this moment. And you might notice that with that little bit of attention you just put towards it, it has already relaxed or lengthened out a little bit more. I like to start with a few expansive inhales, filling up as big as I can, feeling my belly expand up towards the thighs, filling up all the way to the chest. And slow exhale from the mouth. A few more times like this. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, big breath in. And a big breath out. And slowly extend your left leg long, or you can press the foot on the ground, knee bent if that feels better for you. Give your right knee a little pull in towards your chest, maybe a little rock side to side. And then very slowly take your right knee, cross it to the left side of your mat, across the body into a nice, easy supine twist. So don't go too far if you're not ready. Feeling that nice twist all the way through the low back. Now, if you're feeling kind of really far off kilter here, you can press through the left foot, put your left hip a little further underneath you, and then the right hip can maybe stack a little higher up. Blocks can be nice here to help support the right thigh and right knee as you very softly find this gentle warm-up twist. I like hands on the torso to start, just feeling a little bit more of an introversion instead of opening up right off. Notice if you've already lost track of the breath, bring the attention back there and see if you can begin to once again expand and lengthen your inhales and your exhales. A nice all-around tools if you're feeling a little too up energy, maybe anxiety or other kind of manic feelings are getting the best of you today. So in that case, it can be nice to extend the exhale a little longer than the inhale. Breathe in for about 4 counts, and then exhale for 6 to 8 counts. Nice and slow, come back through center. Extend both legs long, take a good morning stretch, reach the fingertips overhead, point through the toes. Then grab your right wrist with your left hand, take a little side body bend over to the left. Keep pointing or flexing through the feet. So we're feeling that nice length through the right side body. Big breath in. And exhale, release. Nice and slow, both knees come back in towards your chest. And exhale, relax the right leg long or come to foot on the ground, knee bent, pull them out on this side. Pull the left knee in towards your chest, maybe a little wag from side to side. Half wind relieving pose, a really nice belly compression. This can help with digestion. And then as you're ready, making your way into that supine twist, left knee crosses over to the right side of your mat. It'd be helpful to scooch that right hip a little further underneath you. And you might use the support of a block to help take a little bit of the depth out. I like to encourage both shoulders to hang out on the ground, but so early on it can feel nice to allow yourself to just naturally fall into the shape without worrying too much about it. Just a gentle twist. Let the breath be a little smoother, a little fuller. And very slowly make your way back to center. Both legs extend long, reaching for that good morning stretch, good afternoon stretch. Tuck your left wrist and lean over to the right a little bit. I like to kind of bend my right elbow, shortening my right foot into the left side. Get really long and tucking in with the legs, pointing out through the toes, legs extended and long. Big breath in. Exhale, draw the knees in towards your chest, cross the ankles, and begin to rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. Now, some days this feels really gnarly on my low back if my hips and my back is tight. So if this is not feeling good and you're here, just roll to one side. We're going to make our way into a tabletop shape. If you're rocking and rolling, enjoy that deep little side massage. Also, it just feels fun. Sometimes I encourage you to make noises here like wee, little sound expression of joy. We all need a little bit of that. All right, if you're rocking and rolling, start to gain some momentum until you can put the feet on the ground, roll over the knees, and make your way to that tabletop shape that we all know and love. If you are following along with the playlist, you can press play now. And the playlist is in the chat if you are just hopping on. Yeah. From your tabletop shape, take some space between the knees and the hands, allowing yourself to feel very stable here. And we'll move through a couple barrel roll cat-cows. So as you inhale, you'll drop the belly low, then the elbows pull your chest through, and press the ribs over to the left. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, cat pose, arch and lift through the spine like a Halloween cat. Press into the palms, roll your weight forward. From here, press the ribs over to the right. Inhale, pull through center, cow pose. Exhale, the ribs over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, cat, arch and lift through the shoulders. Rock your weight forward. Inhale, press the ribs over to the right. Exhale to stay. Inhale, come through center, cow pose. Exhale, ribs to the left. Making your way through a few of these barrel roll variations. And starting to feel that mobility through the entire body. So let the hips follow you. And then slowly come back to your tabletop pose. Coming to rest on your right knee, take your left leg out to the side. Try to touch down through your entire foot. This might mean bending the knee. And then take down, make sure your foot isn't way past the hip or way behind the hip. Let it be pretty much in line here. And then come back to rest and move the weight into the hands. Take a breath in, drop the belly low, cow pose. Exhale, cat right away, arch and lift through the shoulders. A few more times. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch and lift through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, arch and lift through the spine. Good, nice and slow. Step the left foot outside of the right. Drop down to the toes, reach out long through the heel, And then start to look over your right shoulder as you round and press out through the left rib cage, that kind of barrel roll-like movement. Very nice. Slowly come back through center. Tabletop pose. Right away, right foot steps in line with the hip out to the side, pressing down through the entirety of your foot. This right here can be a really intense inner thigh stretch. If you'd like to keep adding on, you can do inhale to drop the belly low for cow pose. Exhale, arch and lift through the spine for cat. Starting to feel a little bit more of that pelvic involvement as you move and you breathe, feeling that little tuck of the tailbone or tilt out. Not a cue I often like to use, but I feel like when it's exaggerated like this, it's a little easier to know. And then slowly step the right foot to the outside of the left shin. Ground down through those toes, the bottom end of your foot, and then reach long through the heels. That right leg is super active. From here, press into both hands, start to arch and round towards your left shoulder, looking over to the heel of the heel foot. The bigger the breath, the better here, really expanding through that right side rib cage. And slowly back to your tabletop. Curl your toes under, hips come high, and then slowly walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat, ragdoll forward fold. Take some space between your feet. Tuck the chin and slowly bend the knees as you roll all the way up to stand, keeping that nice deep bend in the knees. Head and neck are heavy. Coming all the way to your Tadasana or mountain pose. Feet about hip width distance here. We're going to focus on a nice stable base today. Fan the fingertips out wide, palms face forward. Wrap the shoulders back so you feel that little lift of your heart in your chest. Start to press through the pinky edges of your feet and try to rip the mat apart from the outside of your feet. So we're expanding away. You'll naturally start to feel that low core and the hips stabilize here. Finding stillness and power in the simplicity of your Tadasana, of this mountain shape. Keeping the same sense of stability. Cross the right leg behind the left. The feet don't have to be super close together. If you don't feel stable, widen them apart. If you'd like a little bit more of a balance challenge, you might try the pinky edges of the feet together. If you fall, it's no big deal. I can't even see it right now. So, all right. From here, forearms and elbows and palms come to touch. If you notice yourself rounding forward, cross the chest into the elbows. You have that nice lift of the heartstrings. Take a big breath in, start to lift the vision of the elbows. Maybe you lean back a little bit. As you exhale, bend your knees just a smidge and slowly start to fold forward. Relax the fingertips down to support you. Back foot, your right foot steps to the back left corner of your mat. So you're taking that crossing motion. Lower down to the right knee, right chin. And then slowly on your breath and pull your chest forward, lift your chin, press the hips towards your front heel. As you exhale, plant the palms, back toes curl under, left foot crosses in front of right foot, cross like a downward dog. Go around the back here, tuck the legs and start with the hands, bend your knees as much as you can. Allow yourself to find that nice lengthening of your spine. Inhale, keep the right heel pause. Exhale, step to your left thumb. Keeping up with that cross-leg motion. Feel a little funky to start. That's okay. Lower down to the left knee, left shin. Give yourself some space to really settle the hips to the heel. Hold your chest forward, lift up. Exhale. Inhale, up, up. Exhale, cross-legged forward fold. Top of mat. Left foot steps behind the right. Bend the knees slowly. Tuck the palms, the forearms together. Inhale, rise up. Find your neck. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, right back down, feel those long dog, right foot in front. Pull around the breath. Keep your mind and toe out a little bit here. As you're ready, inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, left foot steps to the right thumb. Lower down to the right knee. Take a breath in. Puff up your chest. Lengthen out. Exhale, here. Once more, inhale, puff up. Exhale, forward fold, top leg, top of mat, right leg behind the left. Palms and forearms together. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to go through one more, a little bit faster this time. Inhale, look forward. Right foot step to back, left corner of mat. We're down to the right shin. Breath in, press your chest forward. Exhale, cross leg down, dog. Plant the hands, left foot in front. Inhale, keep the heel high. Exhale, step to your left thumb. Lower down to the left shin. Breath in, press your chest forward. Breath out, forward fold, top of mat, left shin behind the right. Arms and forearms, inhale, lift, find your back bend, focus your vision, great, those waffles, you're doing great. Exhale, forward fold, take it back down. Inhale, lengthen, step the left foot to the back right corner of your mat, lower down to the left knee. Breath in, press your chest forward. Breath out, plant hands, cross-legged down dog, right shin in front of left, in front of left. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Exhale, step your foot to your left, right thumb, lower down to the right shin. Inhale, push the chest forward. Exhale, forward fold, top of mat, right foot step behind the left. Step the palms together. Inhale, rise up, find the left side. Exhale, Tadasana, release the hands, release the feet. Left foot under left hip, right hip over right. Give yourself a moment to restabilize. And that was possibly a little bit of a wobbly time for yourself. Coming back to the idea of water, moving through obstacles, and letting go of a little bit of that control, and maybe finding a little bit more patience today with yourself and with others, with your time, schedule. And start to bring the weight into your left foot a little bit more. Bend the left knee a lot. So you have a lot of buoyancy there. And slowly begin to lift the right knee into your chest. Now, you might start on the tippy toes, and this can be your balance work for the day. You're still lifting and strengthening through your right hip up, your right thigh. That's what we're aiming for. If you'd like, you can begin to lift a little higher. Keep lifting and lifting, and we're going to find a standing variation like we did on our back that was moving pose. So see if you can grab a seat to the back of your thigh. Bend the elbows, find a little lift to knees to chest. If you are feeling stable here, keeping the vision focused, you can interlace the hands around your chin or your knee and lift a little higher up. Stamp down through the left leg and find some straight through that left leg, pulling the right knee in opposition. And I'm leaning back here a little bit to get myself stable, so pressing my left hip forward and squeezing my left glute to feel stable through that standing leg. And it's starting to feel very fiery. All right, nice and slow. Release the right foot behind the left foot. Curtsy squat, a nice wide variation of that same cross leg. Bend the knees, rotate the hands back behind you. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Maybe you can bring the palms to touch. I like to start with elbows bent, thumbs to top of the back. Take a breath in, pop up the chest. As you exhale, bend the knees even more. Maybe allow the hands to lift away from the chest. Straight arms. Back to the feet, release the hands, inhale, rise up, keep the legs, lift the arms. Wrap your right wrist side one bend to the left as you exhale. You feel like you press down to the right heel here, feeling a big dramatic grip to the right side of your body. At least for me. Take one more breath in, leave that. Breath out, Tadasana, top of mat, hands by your hips, top of the chest. Big breath in. full breath out. Nice and slow, bring the weight into your right foot. Bend that knee generously, feeling that little extension system. Maybe dance a little bit, but feeling it. All right, and then slowly begin to play around with lifting, maybe just the left heel, you do put the foot support, and maybe lift a little higher up. This one, feeling it today, hands behind the thigh, or maybe interlace to the front of the shin. Press into that standing foot now. If you have the knee a little higher, if you feel good, straighten the right leg here, then back a little bit, and pull the left knee a little closer to the chest. I would just point my toes. Embrace those wobbles. If you fall out, it is no problem. Take as much control as you've got. This is a little bit that we have in practice. Nice and slow, release the left foot. Step behind to the right, nice wide stance here. Curtsy squat, bend your knees, take the hands back behind you. Even if you're trying to squeeze a grapefruit, you can have a nice fresh juice, this breath today, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And as you're ready, maybe you begin to bring the hands together and releasing the fingertips. If you don't, that's okay. You can now grab the wrist, or maybe you just keep up reaching and squeezing your grapefruit or long or whatever. If you have the hands, take a breath in to pop up the chest, keep the elbows bent. As you exhale, you may start to lift the thumbs away from the low back. Straighten the elbows as you hold and bow over your right side. Keep that bend in your knees. Press down through the feet. My left heel is tight, but I'm really pressing through the big toe as possible. Bend the knees a little bit more. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lift the chest, drop your left wrist, side body bend to the right. And then it can feel good to straighten the left leg by really pressing down and out through the left heel. And back to touch with your left shoulder and your chest. One more big breath in. And exhale, top of mat, hands by your head. As you're ready, turn your toes out, heels in. Begin to nice and slow, bend the knees, sway a little from side to side. Making our way down and down, all the way into Malasana, or yogi squat, garland pose. Lots of us have a lot of names and different variations. I guess practice, and then some of us have the fitness names for these too. So whatever you know, it can be very sweet posture for a lot of us, and a very gnarly posture for others. There's kind of more of a passive variation where you have lots of energy. And if you're comfortable in your Malasana already, you don't have to top the block, you can feel nice. My knees are tracking in line with my toes. I'm stretching them out and open, trying to keep them in line maybe with my middle toe. My arms are inside of my thighs. I like to make this here and sort of press my forearms like I'm trying to take off like a superhero of some sort. And then I really tuck my chest up, lift my collarbones, bring the vision up a little bit. And then start to press your knees back into your forearms back into the knees. You're feeling that opposition in everything work here. And really press down through the heels. Start to pull them in toward you. You'll feel their legs light up even more. From this, you might start to lift it to the top of your block or off the ground using more active variation. From here, begin to reach your arms forward. Squeeze and press through the feet. Start to reach the knee back. Rise up. Inhale, wide like mountain pose. Exhale, hands by your hips. Set yourself to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep the hands up high. Exhale, hands to heart center, take it down. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Nice and slow, spin the heel down. And then walk yourself to the long end of your mat for a wide leg forward. Toes turn slightly in, heels out, a little pigeon pose here. Take a bend in the knees, think of almost squatting down like we do in our Malasana, reaching the back knees, try to tuck towards the base of the bar on this one. And then I like to use the hands or maybe even the blocks to support if my hamstrings feel tight. Otherwise, you can bring fingertips to the ground and grab across your Your arms are swinging, release the fingertips down to the block or first. Turn the left toes out. Walk the right foot a little further away from you, and then slowly begin to bend into the left knee. I like to walk my hands with me and even press the left knee onto the back of my left arm for support. You'll feel your edge hurt pretty quickly or your heels start to lift. You can turn the right toes up towards the ceiling, finding our arms optimum. Really nice time to use the walk maybe underneath the right side to help support a little bit of that weight from your thigh and your pelvis area. If the heel is spiking really high on the left foot, that's okay. You might walk the foot a little further away from you though to get your pelvis. If the heel is stable, you can play a little balance here, maybe hands to heart center, or you can drop the left hand down, slide with the right hand. More self-expression here. It's not like you're able to enjoy it. Your expression is just smiling when you're down here. And slowly bring the hands to the earth. Reach around the right foot. Lift your hips back up to center. Wide leg forward. Left hand right underneath your face. The walk can be nice here as well. Then both knees aloft. Spiral the right hand high, keeping it fit. Now there's a straighten the left leg, bend into the right knee a little bit here. Lean back to the right shoulder. Big breath in. Full breath out and back to the center. Nice and slow. Turn the right toes out. Walk the left leg a little further away from you as you feel insert the top on this side. So bending the right knee deeply, maybe the heel lift a little bit, and walk underneath the left thigh or left glute and so supportive. And then you might spiral the left toes up. These are active still. I'm just driving my left heel in towards my right heel and trying to crunch up my mat. You can also draw the hands up for more of a balance challenge or right hand down, left hand side. One more inhale, puff up your chest. As you exhale, hands to the earth, right back to your wide leg forward fold. Walk our hands underneath your face. Right hand ground down, bend the knees. Reach the booty back, reach the left hand high and twist. Big breath in. Exhale to settle in. Straighten the right leg, bend into the left leg. Really tuck your right palm and create that nice toggle to like shape your arms. One more inhale. As you exhale, come back to your center. Bring your right toes forward, plant the hands, step back, downward dog, regular down dog here. Feet hip width distance or wider. Bend the knees a little more. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to top two. Inhale, lengthen out, top to the lift. Exhale. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose, use hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the hands down by your hips. Begin to bring the weight into the left foot. Make sure it's underneath your hips and more slowly. Right knee begins to lift as high as feels good. Maybe with an elastic. Release the hands around your chin. Take a breath in to lift the chest, lift the knee as high as feels good. Exhale to your curtsy squat. Right foot lands behind the left. Keep the hands back up. Maybe you interlace the hands, reach the chest forward, big breath in, and you exhale, bend the knees more, fold over. As you're ready, inhale, squeeze the hands up high. Coming right back to where we were, right knee in towards your chest, lift up, keep the hands free up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, step right foot to the back of your mat, nice and slow, bend into the left knee, so the right heel down, open up, warrior two. Let that left palm, reverse your warrior, reach the left hand up and back, bend the left knee even deeper. Then right hand to left wrist, straighten both legs, maybe you flex that left foot up and back, reach through a side body stretch. of your mat, half moon, bend into your left knee. Drop the left fingertips. The block is nice here. You might float them again for an added challenge there for you. And then we're going to start to stack that right hip over the left as much as you can. For me, I can never get that full stack, and that's okay. That's where I found stability. My left foot lets the pigeon toe in, so I have to reset that. And right hand to right hip, or you might float the right hand high left and take out to your right. Then very slowly land back in your turkey squat. Right foot lands behind the left, keep the hands back behind you. Inhale, mountain pose, tap on that both feet to earth and the fingertips high. Exhale, Tadasana, hands reach forward, down by the hip. Do that all on the other side. As you're ready, and reach your right foot, left knee, lift, big breath in. Exhale, interlace the hands. Inhale, lean back, up. Exhale, turkey squat, left foot lands behind the right, keep the hands. Keeping the hands, keep that grapefruit, or you can make that big fist. Big breath in, bend the knees. Exhale, fold and bow. Let the hands fall loose. Inhale, release. Keep the fingertips high with control. Left knee in towards your chest for your forward pose. Exhale, set the left foot to the back of your mat. Then you go down, open up wide, warrior two. Deep bend in that right knee. Put your palm reverse your warrior. Right fingertips reach sky high. Left hand is off to your side or low back. Bend into the right knee even more. Take another inhale, lean. As you exhale, grab to your right wrist, straighten your right leg, maybe flex the toes up and back. Tilt your hips towards your left heel. Lean back with your chest. Big breath in. Exhale. Go to the top of your mat. Reground your technique to your block. Get the hands aiming into that half moon. Right fingertips reach forward. Focusing the vision down. Left leg comes up. And then making a big flush sign. We're not stability, even though we're balanced. Raising those wobbles, maybe a gentle bend in that right knee. Left foot is flat, taking out to the heel. When you're ready, land in your turkey spot, left foot behind the right, take the hands back behind you. Inhale, mountain pose, stand to feet, stand tall, big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice and slow. Step the feet a little closer together, either all the way together or a little closer in the hips. Start to lift the heels coming onto the bottom of your feet and bend the knees. And then taking the heels around this, tucking in, making sure it feels stable. Slowly begin to let the knees bend and bend. Sitting a little lower towards the heels. Lower and lower. Arms reach forward, drop it down, start to rock and roll onto your back. You can do the rock with your hands when you land. And then you're ready. You make your way all the way down to your back. Release the feet to the ground, knees bent. Take a moment, maybe rock across the face arm once more. And maybe to widen the feet a little further. Allow the knees to knock in for center. And shoulders down a little. Towards the center of the mat. You can still viper all the way over to the left. Just the edge of your left foot, right inner thigh, drop the edge, down. I like to bring the hands up overhead. You can either interlace them behind your head and do butterfly wings, or you might grab the wrist. Take more sensation sensation in your thigh. You can walk that right heel a little closer in towards you, and then put the left ankle or left heel on top of the right side, and really lift that down. There's a pretty big arch in the back right now, so if you're feeling the wrist really more elastic, that's up to you. And now just back here, using space a little back, all across the belly. Just use inhale and exhale. It's very low. Do that nice and slowly. Push the ground. Release the hands down by your side. Up through the feet. Lift the knees back to center. And then a little rock from side to side. You begin to walk the feet more in line with your hips and your feet. When you stomach to center, start to walk the hands in a little closer towards your side body. You might even tuck the thumbs underneath your feet. Press through one shoulder and walk the other one underneath you. You have a little bit of tuck the arms underneath you and the big lift of the chest. And here we'll find variation of our wrist pose. Stand down to the heels. And then slowly begin to draw the knees and the thighs towards one another as you lift the hips high. Walk the hands so close in because naturally now the weight is on them, they're going to want to spread out. You can also walk the shoulders in a little higher or more underneath them. Test through the feet with the hips a little higher. Pull the belly button towards your spine, help support the low back. And then slowly release the shoulders back to their more normal state. Squeeze the arms over head, big breath in. As you exhale, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. The arms will begin to float up towards the ceiling. And as you come through your back, and forth back onto your hips. Walk the feet out wide. You into right from side to side. And the next time they fall to the right, all the way to your left foot, you get to your right foot. Anything heavy here. Interlace the hands to top of your head or drop to your left wrist to the right. If you like more on the legs, walk the left heel in a little closer to the outside of your left glute. And then the right ankle, right foot, and the hook on top of your left side. If you feel any funkiness in either of your knees in this case, just back out. Just go wider the reach and then you just go. Breathing deeply, sitting with yourself, or use your thoughts or expectations to just slowly slow down, keeping that fluid motion of thoughts and breath. Sometimes it's not either an active disposed or pressing to the feet, sliding up off the knee to the end height, and allowing the face in your active variation back down to your hands, or walking the shoulder underneath you, rolling the belly button into the spine, support your low back and foot on the front side of your body as well as the back side of your body. The breath is easy and fluid, not really hard. You land on your spine, take a moment to settle. Starting leg, drop them out wide, so outer the knees. You can move the knees, step out the knees, either half the knees out or either edge of your foot, and then pull the shins back towards the floor. So we'll walk from side to side. I always encourage my happy babies to play around with lifting the corners of your mouth, send your feet to the ceiling, call it a smile sometimes, and offering yourself a moment of curiosity and joy just flowing out of your back. Everybody slowly stands, release the feet down. Setting up for your Shavasana shape, that's my knees and feet on the ground, you bend, or legs extended out long. Or if you know if it is passive, I also love to see if I see it. Wherever you are. So now there's some ankles and final wiggle touches. So we got your hands back on top of your heart and downward feet. If it feels comfortable and safe for you to close your eyes today, you can come back. If not, no problem. You can keep the soft gaze of the eyes or you can light up. Relax the space between the rows of feet. Relax the tongue while it moves in your mouth. Soften the shoulders or the feet. And the effort should be the hands tucking into the heart. Starting to pay attention to the bone function. Your body's natural rhythm, natural fluidity. So the outside exterior of the body is what you feel. Underneath all of that. It's beautiful, beautiful. So